Ooh. Hey guys, what's up? Sienna here. Welcome to my channel where I am currently trying to vlog about my life and the little things that I do. And today I just wanted to share a little recap about what I did this last weekend. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you all the little stuff I got up to. Let's get going.
Let's get started.
So I'm just gonna do my makeup while I tell you guys the recap, just because I'm not very good at sitting still. You may notice, like, whenever I do one of my just like story time things where I'm just talking, I'm always like moving around. So I was just like, you know what, to calm my nerves, we'll do makeup at the same time. It doesn't matter. I'm just getting ready for work now. I'm sure I've mentioned before that I've got like a weird kind of schedule right now, working schedule that I'm still trying to get used to. And it's just kind of like I'm scheduled whenever. It's not like a set schedule, so I never really know what days I'm going to have off more than a week out. I think I had to work Saturday and I had Sunday off, and it was also weird because Vinny has started a new work schedule where like everyone at work has to work one weekend day now, which originally he had weekends off to suit my old schedule, but since I don't have that schedule anymore, it doesn't super matter. But yeah, it was weird because he had Saturday off, but he had to work Sunday, so that kind of sucked. So on Saturday, just to like be a little different and to make myself feel better, because first of all, it was raining a crap ton on Saturday, which sucked and just put me in a bad mood. Yeah, summer's over, I guess. It's 57 and raining. So sad. I've really been noticing lately that, yeah, the weather has a huge impact on how I feel. And big rainy cold days in the middle of July are not exactly the happiest. I do like the rain, but I like rain when I'm at home and can be cozy, not when I have to go out and do things. In order to make me feel a little better, Vinny, he drove me to work, which was really nice. We got my coffee at my gay coffee shop, which was really nice. And Vinny got to try the coffee for the first time, and he said that he really liked it, so that was fun for us. And then we decided, so we left really early. I had to work at 1, and we left the house at like 11:30. I originally wanted to leave at 11, which we apparently should have, but we left at 11:30, got our coffee, and got to the town where I work at a little before noon, I think, like 11:50, I guess. We wanted to go to this little middle of the woods burger shop that's like right next door to my work that I haven't been to in years, and I've only been to once. And Vinny has really fond memories of that burger shop because his family's lake house is over there, so he went there a lot growing up. And so we were like, oh hey, since we're over there all the time now, let's go get a burger. So we left early, yeah, just a little before noon, and there was like a huge line out the door of people waiting to order, and there's only like one line to order. But you know, we got in line, we were like, we have plenty of time. It kind of sucked because we were out in the pouring rain, and God, it just took everybody so long to order. While we were waiting, I went to the bathroom, I went back to the car and grabbed my jacket, I went back to the car again and grabbed my coffee. I did so much stuff, and we moved like one spot in all that time. So it took like probably 20-30 minutes just to wait in line, which like normally I would not be a part of that, but it was just like, well, I have no other option to eat. We drove all the way out here, we're not going somewhere else where we'll probably have to wait. And the only fast food option out there is Dairy Queen, where there would also be a wait. So it was just like, nope, we're here, we're in it. So yeah, we got the food. I mean, waiting on the food took forever too. It was like 45 minutes just to get 2 burgers and fries and onion rings, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I'm gonna be totally honest, it's not as good as I remembered. I did not like it, and I did not eat it, so there was no point in going. So that kind of sucked because I just went without food for the rest of the day, because obviously I didn't bring a lunch to work, and then I was just at work from 1 to 9. I took the fries and onion rings with me because those were at least okay. The onion rings were good. The fries were, it was like cafeteria food to me, if I'm being honest. It's just like, yeah, I'll eat it, but am I enjoying it? No. And then I'm just really, yeah, I'm bad about eating, so I don't think I did anything else that day because I was just sad and had like a pretty boring day at work. I remember we were like overstaffed and it was super slow because of the rain, so I basically didn't do anything all day. I was like just standing around looking for things to clean. Otherwise the day was fine. I mean, I got to spend spend some time with Vinny. He came and picked me up from work, which was nice. I appreciate having even a little more time with him, even if it is just in the car. So next day, like I said, Vinny had to go to work, but I had the day off. So I was like, well, what a weird day to be alone. So I decided to go hang out with my friend Ashley because she was also feeling lonely because her kids are away on their summer vacation with their dad. So she's got the house all to herself, and she's, you know, her kids are her best friends. So she was kind of just sad and not feeling super great. So I was like, let's go not feel super great together because that's better. I went over to her house first thing in the morning. We just left and went out right away. We got coffee, which was nice. We went to a coffee shop I haven't been to in a long time because I have gotten even more picky. And while we were getting coffee, we were talking about what we wanted to do for the day, and Ashley was like, I really want to just go sit by some water and vibe. And I was like, we can do that, but it's Sunday. Please don't make me be around mobs of people and their screaming children if we can help it. And she was like, I know just the thing. And she called her grandma, and she wanted to go to her grandma's lake house. And her grandma was like, yeah, I mean, I would love for you to come over, but we're just leaving the house and I don't really feel comfortable having strangers in my house. And Ashley for a second was like, what do you mean strangers? You mean your grandchild and your grandchild's best friend who you've met several times and has been in your house before? Why are you being weird, Grandma? But then like 2 seconds later, Grandma was like, yeah, of course you can come over and please play with all of our water toys and kayaks and stuff. And we were just like, okay, coming over, thank you. And then when we got there, it was also just weird because there were a bunch of people over there that we didn't know that I guess are her grandma's friends that were staying over. Ashley was like, why was she throwing such a fit when she has all of these strangers in her house right now? Yeah, so we had to do like, you know, the mandatory, hello, how are you? Hi, nice to meet you. What are you up to today? How's vacation? Because they were visiting from like Arizona or whatever. So I had to go, you know, chit chat for a little bit with all of the, not relatives, but, you know, family friends, which was just, it's always just awkward when you're the odd one out in those situations. But yeah, so then we went and we sat by the water for a little bit and just gossiped and talked about the state of the world like we usually do. We're always just having depression, existential talks together, which is like cool in some ways because it's like, finally someone who understands what I'm going through, but also it's like we can bring each other down really easily because we're like, oh man, everything sucks, huh? We still had a good time. We were having fun. But then I was like, can't sit in the sun forever without getting burnt, and I didn't bring extra sunscreen, so let's do something else, which it's a good thing we did because it like immediately started raining after that, like pouring rain. Ashley wanted to go to a restaurant that she had been like near the other day where I think she was doing like a photo shoot or something in the area. She like just smelled something really good, so she was like, let's go follow that smell and check out that restaurant. So that ended up being, you know, like 30 minutes away, but whatever, we like driving together, so I got some cute little footage of us driving around. It was very pretty out when it wasn't like raining. It was very like scattered showers, you know, like you just never knew when it was gonna hit and it just kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, so we ended up going to this restaurant called the Sitting Duck, and it's just like a lake restaurant where like people can drive up in their boats and like order drinks or whatever and eat dinner on their boat and then drive back off, that sort of thing. But then people driving by can also stop in, do the same thing. And we had never been there before, so we just grabbed a seat at a picnic table under the porch outside, and we were just sitting around, and you know, there were menus on the table, so we're looking through the menus. That got weird because we noticed everyone seemed to be like getting up and grabbing food even though there were like waiters everywhere. We were like, oh, I guess it's like you order at the bar type thing. And there was an outside bar, so we were like, okay, let's go order our drinks and our food. We just wanted like a drink and french fries because we weren't super hungry and like nothing else looked super appetizing for like the price. It was like $20 nachos, and we were like, do we really want $20 nachos that we're probably not going to eat all the way? No. So french fries and drink. So we went up to the outside bar and I was like, hey, can I get this? And she went, no, you cannot. And I went, oh, okay, why? And she was like, I can't make any of those drinks. And I was like, okay, what can you make? And she was like, I was like, okay, where do I get food and drink then? And she says, you can go order at the bar inside. And I was like, okay. So I went upstairs to the bar and I ordered our drinks, and then I was like, okay, can I order food too? And she was like, no, you can't. And I was like, oh, where do I order food? And she was like, there's a third bar way back there. That's where you order food. Okay. So I grabbed our drinks and I went down to Ashley and I was like, can you go get the food? because she was saving our table while I was ordering, and I was just like, I've already talked to 2 bar people who were like, not that they were mean or anything, but it was just like, this is not the most fun experience so far. Anyway, she went and ordered the food, which took a while. I guess there was a line or something, but then we're just sitting around hanging out. It rains a bunch, have our drinks, which mine was pretty okay, but hers was pretty crappy. It was like a smoothie and it was just ice chips, so that kind of sucked. Now we're waiting, and while we're waiting, we're like watching the boats out on the water, and we actually saw a boat hit and run. Like they were trying to get out of their parking space and they like rammed into another boat, and then they just immediately reversed and like took off. And then the lady sitting at the picnic table next to us was like, did you see that? That was my boat. And we were like, oh shit, dude, yeah, we saw that. They totally hit your boat then. She runs down there and she like starts screaming at them from the dock, so we got to watch like a boat fight on the dock, which that was exciting, I guess. So they just like screamed at each other for a while, and then because like the boat that hit them eventually came back a little bit but not all the way, and they just screamed at each other for a while, and then they ran off again. And then I'm not really sure what happened after that because the lady never came back, but boat hit and run, that was fun. After all that excitement, we were still waiting on our french fries, our one single order of french fries, and it had been like 45 minutes. So eventually, once I saw like a bus or a waiter or whatever they're supposed to be walk by, I was like, hey, can you check on it? It's been a minute. He went to the back and he checked, and then he was like, yeah, there's still a couple of orders ahead of yours. And I was like, okay. And then he came back like 2 minutes after that with french fries that had clearly been sitting under a heat lamp for 45 minutes. So those were probably the worst french fries I've ever had in my life, and this is like the closest I've ever gotten to leaving someone like a crappy review of the restaurant. I didn't, but I was very tempted because my god, like you have 3 bars which will only sell certain things, but you don't tell anybody. There are no signs. There's no sign on the menu. Like you just don't tell anyone, and you make them zip around all over the place in like this dirty bar area that's crowded with people probably standing in the wrong lines at all times, so there's always a line. You know, it's just like not fun. But sitting outside, I guess, is fun, and being able to pull up on your boat would be fun if you had a boat, but we did not arrive by boat, so not as much fun. But yeah, I got kind of grumpy after that because like I mean waiting 45 minutes for the kind of french fries I could have gotten at my middle school cafeteria isn't super ideal, and then spending $30 on 2 drinks and french fries that we didn't even like or finish was also kind of grumpy. So we were both kind of worn out after that. Ashley took us back to her place. I picked up my car. We chatted for a little bit, but we were both like, yeah, that was enough for one day actually. And then we just ended up going our separate ways. I went home, took a walk with Siobhan. We walked the dog. Siobhan's my sister, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that. And then yeah, I cooked dinner. I made some like pork chops and sweet potato and asparagus. That's one of my favorites to cook. And we just had a nice meal and watched our anime, and yeah, had a nice relaxing night, and that was pretty much the weekend. And now we're here to do it all again, do the work grind again. Sorry I'm moving around a lot. I really have to pee, but I don't have much else to say, so I'm trying to wrap it up. So yeah, I guess that'll be it. So thank you for watching. How was your weekend? I'd love to know. I'll see you guys next time. See ya. Bye.